Hello and welcome to Newsbreak Chats. Ako po si Chai Hofilenia, ang editor at head ng Newsbreak, ang investigative section ng Rappler. Ang linggong ito ay hindi naging payapa para kay Senator Sonny Trillanes, pati na rin sa media na sumusubaybay sa kanya. Noong Martes, inilabas ng Makati RTC Branch 150 ang arrest warrant para sa kanya. Pero pinayagan siyang mag-post ng bail ng 200,000 pesos. Magtatatlong linggo na siyang natutulog sa Senado. At kung lumabas ang inaasahang arrest warrant nitong linggong ito, malamang tuluyan na siyang hindi na makakauwi. Ngayong araw na ito, tutok ang media kay Senator Trillanes sa Senado sa Makati RTC Branch 148 ni Judge Andres Soriano para sa salang kudeta at pati sa Camp Crame kung saan maari siyang dalhin at ikulong. Komplikado at interesante ang napag-usapan ang kanyang kaso. Pati na rin, siyempre, si Senator Trillanes. Kaya inanyayahan natin ngayon na makakwentuhan si Glenda Gloria. Siya ang managing editor ng Rappler. Siya rin ang sumulat ng The Enemy Within, an inside story tungkol sa military corruption. Ito ay taong 2011, no? Tama? Noong kabataan ni Glenda, nag-cover siya ng military at ng mga rebelde. Kaya naman dito sa Rappler, kinikilala namin siyang expert sa military affairs. Bukod kay Glenda, makakasama rin natin si Rambo Talabong. Nakita niyo na siya dati, medyo suki rin siya ng Newsbreak Chats. Siya naman ang nagko-cover ng Philippine National Police. Nakatutok siya sa Crame these past few days at parang merong front row seat, kumbaga, sa mga recent na mga pangyayari. Kung may mga tanong kayo, sumali sa kwentuhan namin at i-tweet ang mga tanong using, itag nyo lang ang @newsbreakph para makita namin kung ano yung mga katanungan ninyo. So magsimula na siguro tayo. Siguro yung first question para kay Glenda. Ano ba yung pagkakakilala mo kay Senator Trillanes? As a young Navy officer back then, ano yung pagkaalala mo sa kanya?
Well, si Trillanes talagang maski nung bata pa siyang officer, kilala na siya na very aggressive, very idealistic, and talagang laging galit. Galit sa corruption, galit sa sistema, galit sa establishment. Lalo na, and very passionate. Siguro yun yung parang lagi siyang, hindi siya marunong umatras. Naalala ko yung anecdote bago mag-Oakwood, noong 2003. Pinatawag siya ni Gloria Kasi galit na galit siya, nabalitaan ni Presidente Arroyo na who is this officer who's planning to oust me? And by sheer coincidence, I think one of the aides of President Arroyo was a classmate of Trillanes at the PMA. So she used that conduit to actually convince Trillanes to go to Malacanang. So pumunta si Captain Trillanes, Lieutenant Senior Grade Trillanes, parang captain sa the military. And then, talagang pinagalitan siya ni Gloria as Commander-in-Chief. And nakinig lang siya, but after that, he said, according to sources who were there, he told the President, President Arroyo, sabi niya, pasalamat ka pa nga that we allowed you to become president because naging illegal yung presidency mo kasi EDSA DOS yun, di ba? Kasi we gave you all the chance because you promised reform. So I mean,
Lakas ng loob.
Yeah, lakas ng loob. So yun consistent siya
How
doon.
would you compare him to, say, Gringo before? Meron bang similarities or ibang-iba siya talaga?
Alam mo pagkakaiba nila ni Gringo, di ba ang tawag nga niya, idol niya si Gringo during those days, no? Ang pagkakaiba yung consistency. Si Gringo kasi tumahimik na I mean, sadly, nung naging senador si Senator Onasan, he stayed away from controversy. He became a very safe player in politics, which is understandable kasi he's outside the military and he's already a senator. Probably yun yung philosophy niya. Unlike si Trillanes, talagang kung ano siya, lalaban siya. So, consistent in being opposition, anti-establishment, anti-corruption, whether or not in truth he's really incorruptible is something that, he has he will have to prove every single day of his life.
Sino ba yung ibang officers na medyo kasabayan niya at that time?
Yeah.
Na were also impressive, if ever.
Oo. Yung Oakwood Corps kasi, like, there were 5 of them who really formed Magdalo, no? So, that's Milo Maestro Campo. Karamihan yan, Rangers tsaka Navy. So, kasama sa Navy si Nick Faeldon, who was with the Marines. And then, Gambala, Captain Gambala, Milo Maestro Campo, Gary Alejano, who is now Magdalo representative, and Sunny Trillanes. They really formed the core. They are I would call the third generation na sila ng coup plotters in the armed forces. The first generation being Gringo, the second would be Danny Lim in the 1989 coup. So yan yung, kung si Gringo batch 71, Danny Lim represented maybe like the batch 78 to batch 81, no? And Sunny was the 90s batch. So in a way, third generation na sila. And very idealistic. They launched the coup. Yun mga Faeldo, anti-corruption talaga yan. Talagang, alam mo, very similar yung sitwasyon that, I mean, the allegations are a bit similar to today. Like, for example, they accused the military of parang kumbaga nag-iimbento ng bombing operations in Mindanao. And then they accused the military of corruption, ganon. And then of course they wanted the president to resign. So walang ganong call ngayon within the military, pero yung parang yung political tension lang nun.
But how do you explain parang yun nga, parang yung nakasanayan na lang ba na kung merong dissatisfaction or may mga complaints, whether that's corruption or other legitimate complaints, parang ang resort is kudeta o kaya mutiny.
Yeah. Siguro ang mahalaga lang tignan yung konteksto ng 2003 was parang may residue pa ng instability as a result of EDSA DOS. You have to remember na ano lang nun, fresh into the presidency si Gloria kasi na-oust si ERAP eh. And I guess the military goes through that phase every time it gets involved in political transitions. So ganun din nung 86, ang dami rin coup, no? Mga 7 kudeta after the 86 revolution. So after ERAP was ousted, may ganun din. So nandun yung Oakwood, nandun yung Manila Pen, nandun yung Marine Standoff, at least 3 under Arroyo. 2 things, I think, one factor is that, and the other was, you have to remember that July 2003 was just 10 months before the next presidential election. So, doon sa Feliciano Commission report, yung nag-investigate ng Oakwood, lumabas yun na talagang well-funded yung Oakwood by a lot of politicians who, well, una, na-dislocate sa bagong power, sa bagong rehimen ni Gloria, and maybe wanting to discredit her all the way up to the 2004 election because that would be the first time na tatakbo si Gloria talaga.
Yung dynamics ng leadership na yun, no? Because I think from recent events, parang alam natin na hindi na in talking terms yata si Trillanes with Faeldon. Would you know what brought that about?
Alam mo, ang kwento ng Magdalo, napakamakulay. Talagang, nag-away-away sila nung nakulong sila. So, kasi noong nagkaroon ng di ba parang nag-surrender sila after like what? Less than 24 hours. And the gentleman's agreement between the government negotiators and the Oakwood mutineers was that kaming 5 na lang ang kasuhan nyo ng coup charges, which is unbailable, di ba? The rest, na 300 officers and men, i-reprimand yun na lang sila. So, anyway, so ganon, but eventually, hindi nangyari yun, no? So, nagkaiba silang detention. And yung iba na-detain sa Fort Bonifacio, yung iba sa ISA. And then, of course, the military did its part in actually sowing intrigue sa Magdalo, sa mga nakakulong. Siyempre, kanya-kanyang ginamit lang kayo ng politiko, nagpagamit kayo kay Gringo, asan si Gringo ngayon, senador, nasan kayo, nakakulong. So, ganon, no?
So, nahati.
Oo, so nahati tila. At some point, in fact, lumaro ang Magdalo. Nag-apologize sila kay Gloria, including Trillanes. I remember this. I think nanalo na si Gloria noon. 2004, nanalo siya. So of course, she wanted a fair, parang kumbaga, from scratch uli yung relationship niya with So, the 5 officers went to Malacanang, apologized to the president. Pero after that, nanggulo pa rin si Trillanes, no? Pero may faction na nag-allied na with Arroyo. Yan na si Milo, Maestro Campo, and I remember Gambala, who, by sheer coincidence, are also with the Duterte government now. In fact, si Maestro Campo and Gambala were first assigned to the customs during Faeldo's time, and then they were accused of corruption. They were removed from customs, but now they're in the OTR. So,
but the complaints are basically the same, di ba? Parang corruption in the military, well, against the president din, no? Parang, parang ano siya parang talamak talaga siya, no? And no matter what the attempts have been to stage coups, parang unsolved pa rin yung problema. Anong effect nito dun sa younger soldiers? Parang, do you think na there will be a new Trillanes who will come about?
Pinag-iisipan ko rin yan. Siguro lang parang ang pagkakaiba lang ngayon is the military as a whole parang nasunog din sa a lot of coup attempts that happened in the past. Kaya kung titignan mo, maski yung Oakwood, yung Manila Pen, tsaka yung Marine standoff, not a single fire was shot there. Kasi walang putukan yun So in effect, pinagtatawanan nga na, di naman coup yan parang propaganda lang yan. Kasi nasunog nga parang the 89 coup was very bloody and at what cost, di ba? So patayan kayo among colleagues, among fellow soldiers. So siguro yun lang yung lesson na parang it would take a lot for the armed forces to shoot at each other again. I dare say that. I mean, that's the biggest lesson I think that the military has learned from the previous coups. Now, does that mean though that the grumblings are also parang kumbaga muted? They are, but it doesn't mean na wala yun. Kasi kung tinyente ka, talagang sinasabi nga niya, kaya ang base lagi ng nagkuku, lieutenants and captains. Kasi parang age ni Rambo yan fresh grad.
Naku,
You're
Rambo.
so idealistic, diba? You were taught in the PMA to be honest, to remain true to your word, diba? Yung honor code ng PNP, honesty, integrity, diba? And then paglabas mo sa field, ay nako, diba? Yung conversion ng military, yung corruption, not only of the military but of politicians, of local governments, then you're ripe for recruitment if the environment is there. So kung general ka, medyo hindi pa masyado. Si Trillanes was 32 years old during Oakwood. So yun yung wala pang halos 10 years pa lang siya sa field. Tapos nagsulat. So exposed ka, tiniente ka, exposed ka sa day-to-day, and then you ask yourself, ano to, diba? So ripe for recruitment ka. Am I saying na ganito pa rin ngayon? Yeah, of course. Kasi maraming idealistic dyan. Maraming nagtatanong ba't ganito ang gobyerno? Ba't ganito? You ask those questions kasi you're coming from the academy.
Yeah. Sige, let's zero in on Trillanes, no, the present. Rambo, you've been following him. Ano ba yung na-observe mo? Meron bang, kunyari sa police, no? Meron bang usap-usapan? Meron bang reaction din to what they've been seeing?
Sa police mismo, ma'am. Kasi medyo kagulo rin sa loob ng PNP ngayon, sa Philippine National Police. One of the biggest questions sa loob ng police, sino ba talaga yung aaresto? During the first few days, kasi nakita natin na hindi naman agad-agad na ipadala yung order ni Duterte, yung proclamation niya na i-revoke yung amnesty.
Yes.
So biglaan din lang naman napag-usapan nila. So sino aaresto sa kanya? Kung kasi Trillanes, high profile siya.
Yeah.
So once you say high profile, unang pumapasok sa isip natin, si IDG, which is the same unit na nag-arrest kay De Lima last year. So the first thing na ginawa ng CIDG, there are a few officers, according to sources, na talagang nagbida-bida, nagpadala sila ng tao dun sa Senate para tumayo lang doon at gusto nilang arestuhin si Trillanes, pero napagsabihan sila na kailangan nyo ng clearance sa Senate. Kasi si Trillanes, mabilis din siya gumalaw na humingi ng Senate custody at that time. So hindi pwedeng pumasok lang siya ng CIDG. Ngayon, pumasok sa picture yung Makati Police. Kasi binuhay yung dalawang kaso against Trillanes, which is under the area of responsibility of the Makati Police.
Yes.
And they're acting not just based on high profile, but it's basically under their area, yung case against Trillanes. Kasi yung mga mutiny at saka yung kanyang rebellion charges was happened in Makati. So Makati Court and Makati Police mag-execute. So sa police, dalawa nakatayo lagi sa labas. Sa
CIDG.
Senado, the CIDG and then the Makati Police.
Okay.
They have coordination, but it's not as cohesive. So hindi natin makikita na sabay silang pupunta dyan. Sabay silang mag-aaresto kay Trillanes. And ito yung discussion for the past few weeks, but nung lumabas yung mismong arrest order kay Trillanes sa Branch 150, explicit na nilabas ni PNP Chief Director General Albayalde na Makati ang aharap. Makati ang gagawa niya. Si IDG sa likod lang. Hindi pa natin natatanong kung ano yung reason niya kung bakit ganon. Baka dahil na-politicize ng CIDG kasi yung laging hinihirit sa CIDG eh. Bakit sila nandyan? Kahit na umalis na yung Makati Police, nandun pa rin sa labas yung CIDG to stand by and actually wait for a warrant.
Meron kang interesting na side story na natisod in relation to Trillanes. Paano mo na-connect yung dalawa?
So, si Trillanes is, nabanggit na Miss Glenda, is Philippine Military Academy Batch 95. And yung nag-arrest sa kanya, which is actually the carousel and the icon photo of our chat right now, is Rogelio Simon, Senior Superintendent Rogelio Simon. So, full colonel na siya. And he's a graduate of PNP Academy Batch 1995. And I guess it was really a very stressful coverage. So very behind the scenes na to. And I was just speaking to him. I was talking to him. So sir, kamusta yung arrest? Ano nangyari? Tapos naalala ko lang bigla na most of the police chiefs in Metro Manila right now are from PNPA Batch 95. Interesting batch yun yung 1995. Adopted nila si Bongo. Adopted nila si PNP Chief Albayalde. But this si Simon mismo, kamusta kayo? So batchmates, umamin siya talaga na nakilala niya siya beforehand. May special relationship din yung may counterpart batches yung PNP at saka PMA kasi as expected, magkakasabay-sabay rin naman sila in service, in the field, and even leading their institutions. So sabi niya, medyo awkward yung pag-arrest kasi mista in a way yung pag-aresto. Pero nagawa pa rin naman niya. And right now, he's wondering, like all of us, what will be the decision of Branch 148? Because this time, once the decision is out, possible na hindi na makapag-bail talaga si Trillanes. Mas awkward na hindi niya makakaharap yung kanyang mista, so to speak, or batchmate.
Ano yung nakikita mong, scenario siguro? Parang, if lumabas yung arrest warrant, saan siya dadalhin? Anong mangyayari?
So right now,
Nakahanda ba?
nakahabang na talagang si IDG at saka Makati sa Makati RTC 148. So, nakita na ng ating justice reporter na si Lian Bon na nandun, na kwento niya na nandun na yung si IDG at saka Makati, naghihintay na sila. Tapos, nagkaroon ng medyo scare kanina na meron na talaga. And, pumunta yung Makati Police. Pero pagkadating niya doon, wala si Judge. So, kung naglabas man talaga ng warrant, syempre, as ordered by the PNP Chief, it's a standing order na talagang dapat yung police, local police, Makati Police, yung magsaserve ng warrant. Yung commitment order kung saan man siya dadalhin, hindi pa alam. Baka sabihin na, okay, sa Makati ka lang or this jail. But historically speaking, usually yung high profiles talagang dinadala sa Camp Crame. And according to the PNP, they're ready to take in Trillanes. Meron na daw empty bunk bed
Waiting for him.
Beside De Lima or hindi naman?
I asked that question. Saan dadalhin si Trillanes? Sir, so parang sabi nila, hindi, malayo yan, hindi sila pwede mag-usap. At saka, basically, different, naman talaga sila. Gender. So, male, magkahiwalay talaga sila, segregated. So, low chance of De Lima and Trillanes seeing each other in Campo
Being
Largo, if
neighbors.
ever.
Oo.
Yes.
Glenda, how do you see this playing out? Kung sakaling ang magkaroon ng arrest and non-bailable, so makukulong siya, magkakaroon ba ng mobilization? And if there will be such a call, may lalabas ba?
Well, unang-una, balikan natin yung ang problema dun sa proclamation ni Presidente. Very specific kasi yung sa kanya. Kaya medyo na-misinterpret din ng military na you revert him to the facility where he was previously detained, which is a military camp, hindi ba? So, dadalhin ba siya ng pulis sa Aguinaldo? Which, I mean, sa totoo lang, it's really gonna be bad for the military. So, ang unang i-resolve dapat yan to avoid any problems within the institution is huwag niyo nang pakulong sa military camp. Sana. Because then, it really, wala sigurong mamomobilize physically, pero it creates a problem na wala naman dun. Kumbaga, gumagawa ka ng multo mo Di ba? Nawala na ang multo ni Trillanes sa Armed Forces, ibabalik mo siya doon. And then, syempre, may mga supporters din pa rin siya, no? So, magrarally yan sa gates ng kampo. I mean, these are unnecessary battle zone na wala naman doon. So, unang-una yon. So, kung makukulong siya, I think ang impact nun, it's really more sa balikan yung rule of law. Parang maraming magtatanong ngayon, wow, I mean, parang kumbaga.
Pero parang hindi na uso yung rule of law,
Yes,
di ba?
hindi na nga.
Anything goes.
Oo, correct ka dyan. So, kaya, tinatanong na lang. Parang kumbaga, wow, parang masyashock ka, but others hindi na nangashock di ba? Parang, this is the norm, which is really dangerous also for our democracy. Sabihin, hindi mo ba itatanong yan, hindi ka magpro-protesta. Pero it's really gonna be parang a thorn. Nandyan a detained Trillanes will be a martyred Trillanes. Of course, strategically iniisip ni Pangulo is that it will still silence him and it will limit his capabilities, di ba? Meaning to say, hindi siya makakatawag ng Senate hearing, hindi matutuloy yung investigation kay Calida, wala na siyang platform as before. But, he's very creative in that sense. And, you have to remember...
very media savvy.
Media savvy. And he won from jail, for Christ's sakes. I mean, parang kumbaga, parang kumuha ka ng bato, tapos pinukpok mo sa sarili mo.
So you think maling move ito?
Of course, mali. Of course. It's not gonna cost this government immediately. It's not. But, it's, may residual, Not to say that Trillanes is very popular within the military. Hindi, among the elders. Not to say, precisely. Mga matatanda, syempre nagalit yan kasi napasong ingay-ingay na bata, ganyan. Senador na nga, gusto pang, syempre may ganon, may generation gap, tapos ingay-ingay, panay rebelde ng rebelde. So may ganon din namang anti-Trillanes sentiment within the military. Pero magkahiwalay kasi yun at nahihiwalay din yun and yet, sasabihin mo ngayon na babalik siya sa jurisdiction namin, paano nilabas na namin siya So, medyo magulo. So, confused yung state.
So, one of the most confusing questions talaga. Ano ba? Soldier ba ulit sa Trillanes? Which has been...
Or civilian.
Or civilian. He's a civilian kasi senator na siya. Pero the AFP and the DND are insisting na void yung kanyang amnesty. So, supposedly the merit of actually making him a civilian is voided too. So, he's a soldier again. But then, hindi pa siya, kaya siya naging civilian is because he ran for Senate, not because he was given amnesty.
Right.
But that's not yet discussed now because the DND and the AFP have not really given a press conference. I guess me, as a new reporter covering the DND and the AFP, they haven't actually spoken about it extensively.
You haven't had the chance to ask them and to confront them.
And even their lawyers, they actually usually present one lawyer, si Attorney Ruben. And so far, hindi pa siya nilalabas for the legalese of all of this.
At saka ilan ang na-amnesty, di ba? Parang kumbaga, how strange...
Mare-revoke ang amnesty nila.
Oo, how strange this is. Yung amnesty, hindi yan binibigay sa isang individual. Unlike a pardon, like, you you pardon a Robin Padilla, then
Special.
individual
Ayun,
yun.
ano ba ang difference ng
Oo.
amnesty at pardon?
Unang-una, collective yan. You do not, cherry pick and say,
Siya lang.
and that's why how can you deprive amnesty na siya lang? The whole Oakwood group was granted amnesty.
circumstances,
Oh, so talagang kahit pilitin ko man siyang intindihin, yung logic, hindi ko siya maintindihan. So una yon, no? Usually, it's a political tool of governments precisely to either enter into a peace agreement with rebel movements that have legitimate grievances. So, yon, it's a political tool for peace or for settlements, no, a negotiated settlement in exchange for armed struggle. So, panahon pa ng Athens, panahon pa ni kung sino man British dyan, ganun na yung kalakaran. So, yung pardon, limit, tsaka yung amnesty, forget. You do not only forgive, you forget. Yung pardon is you forgive, but with limited rights. That way, if you remember, si Robin hindi makaalis kasi hindi mo, kung hindi clemency. Oh, anyway, so go back to Robin lang, just as an example. Si Robin was granted pardon he was convicted. Unang-una, hindi ka rin pwedeng mag-pardon. Hindi ako abogado, pero hindi ka convicted. Siyempre, convicted ka muna. So, the president pardons
Grants
you, right?
pardon.
Oo. And then, in the case of si Ramos, pinardon niya si Robin. Pero, hindi yun absolute clemency. So, limited yung rights ni Robin noon. Hindi siya makaboto, hindi siya makabiyahe, until So, gano'n. So, limited. Kung amnesty yan, wala. Makatakbo ka, ano pa?
Kalimutan
Parang
lahat,
kumbaga,
erase.
wala kang
It's as if it never
ginawa. Yung pardon, may ginawa ka, humingi ka ng tawad, tapos binigyan ka ng tawad.
Pero, interestingly,
Oo.
di ba, our creative Solgen was able to find a way out. No? Sinabi niya na hindi sumunod sa proper processes. Na yung requirements, hindi nasunod. Primary of which is the application form, which is mysteriously missing.
Yun yung tinatanong usually. Isa sa pinag-uusapan din talaga, ano ba yung dapat sabihin dun sa amnesty form? Nawawala ba? Nawala? Winala?
Kinuha.
Yun yung sinasabi ni Lisa na Trillanes na kinuha daw. Pero galit si Soldier, sabi niya baka i-file a libel. Pero yung mismong DND, hindi sila consistent sa kanilang position na nawawala ba talaga o winala. Dahil yung kanilang office mismo na nagkikip ng records, may certificate na it's not here. Hindi naman sinabi na absolutely wala. Hinahanap pa nila. On the day na nilabas yung proclamation, there's no 100% certainty na hindi nag-file. It's just that it's not present at that time, August 30 nung hiningi yung certification. So, hinahanap pa rin. And there are so many excuses sa DND na, okay, baka the construction lang, or talaga bang wala in the first place, despite glaring evidence
Na may
na merong
affidavit.
affidavit covered by the media, certificates, which has been disregarded by the decision of El Malameda recently.
So ano to? Talagang blatant
Oo naman.
violation of the law.
Alam
the
mo,
rule
hindi
of
ko
law.
na nga iniisip
Creative.
yung parang minsan hindi mo
creative.
naisipin yung law eh. Kasi ganito yan eh. Nag-grant siya ng amnesty eh. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, nag-apply siya. Una yun. It's like si Rambo, for example. Ilang taong ka ng reporter sa Rappler
Isa't
Rambo?
kalahati
Isa't
po,
kalahati. Nag-apply ka ba o ni-recruit ka?
Nag-apply po.
May kontrata ka ba?
May kontrata po.
Kung nawala ko yung kontrata mo, does that mean that you're not a Rappler reporter?
Void ab initio yung pagka-reporter ko. Ganun.
So, to simplify it, walang pinag-iba sa ganun eh. Ibig sabihin, the thing is, she was granted amnesty. So, however you crack your head, hindi ko
How is
siya
it
magets.
revoked?
Oo.
Yes.
So, pangalawa, imposible na wala silang kopya. Yan, you can accuse the military of anything, but not accuse it of faulty record keeping. Diyan sila.
So kita mo yan.
Ay naku, masinop sila dyan. Hindi, well, unless nga, sa galit nila, tinapon nila yung mga, yung ganun, pero masinop eh. Kasi bakit? Hanggang sa pagretiro mo, hihingi ka ng retirement mo, yung mga anak mo, may pension.
Nasa
So,
records
ang
yun
datos
lahat.
nila, pati mistresses mo, nandun. Ay sabihin, di ba? Kumbaga, it's crazy. It cannot be that the
Pero
military
the
does not
fact
have.
na winala or nawawala sa military, hindi ba dapat, well, kung ako si Trillanes, either kakasuhan ko sila or the burden of proof should be
Yeah. So,
not on
it's part of
Trillanes,
government.
but
Yes.
on the government na
Yes.
nag-i-insist na
Oo.
walang amnesty.
Oo, tsaka ang end effect nun, okay, assuming na nawala, right? Assuming na maybe for some reason, yung buong file ng amnesty na nag-grant magmula nung panahon ni Ramos, wiped out. Oh my God. So, what happens to your military official doc? Lahat doon amnesty. Si
Sino-sino?
General
Sige
si
nga.
Chief of Staff Galvez, si Army Chief Roland Bautista.
Ubus ang officials natin sa gobyerno, pati MMDA chief.
MMDA Chief Danny Lim, si
God.
OCD Deputy Administrator
Paeldon.
Paeldon, si Jason Aquino nakakatanggal lang. Although, hindi yun nag-amnesty. Na-acquit yun. So, kumbaga, anong impact nito? Assuming na nawala. O di lahat yan. Of course, sinabi nga na, this is just the first step. I think
And
I
dapat
heard the
unahin
DOJ.
lang si Trillanes.
Come on. That's
Because he's the leader.
I mean, don't pull my leg. I mean, come on, guys. Sige,
Obviously, yung
i-revert.
kasunod.
I mean, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Sorry.
Okay. Na-agit si Glenda.
Na-agitate ako doon.
Yung meron kang newsletter na sinulat mo, don't mess with the military.
Yes.
What would you care to expound on that? Parang are you saying that the military now, different from the way it was before, is more professional and hindi mo yan dapat galaw-galawin?
Yeah, it is. It is more professional now. It has learned its lessons the hard way. It has paid the price for it, both in terms of dead soldiers, diba? Vis-a-vis the coup d'etats. Pero on the other hand, parang kumbaga, there was this period of professionalizing the military after EDSA. So hindi mo yan agad in one click ma-deprofessionalize siya. So I think the message lang of saying don't mess with the military is, but then again, a leader can turn that around.
He can undo things.
He can undo things. A society can undo an institution again. So, kumbaga, do not mess with it na kasi it paid a heavy price. And we did, di ba? As a society also, we paid a heavy price for an abusive military. So, you don't go there so that then you keep it intact. Ayaw na nilang mag-coup. Huwag nyo na silang, don't push them to that. Ayaw din nila maging blind institution following even illegal orders. They've done that in the past under the Marcos regime, and they don't want to go through that. And if you give them that choice, then it will split the military again. And you don't want that. Kasi you don't want a factionalized military. But is it happening now? It is. I mean, obviously, they're drawing the line, di ba? Ito na yung mga loyalists. Nandito na naman tayo sa usapan ng paksyon. And hindi maganda eh. Now, am I saying na panahon ni Pino, ni Aquino, or ni Gloria, walang paksyon? Well, lagi naman nandun, pero hindi yung tipong ini-encourage mo to prop something or to prop someone. Hindi dapat ini-encourage. And yung ito lang pagdrag sa military, kasi simple lang to. If you really wanted to get rid of Trillanes, then you revoke the amnesty, fine.
Yes.
Sure, sige, I grant that as a legitimate state act. But you do not tell the military to do an warrantless arrest. Kasi medyo na yun, civilian na siya eh. Parang sa concept ng military, the civilian supremacy over the military. Then, manghuhuli ako ng senador. Wow,
Senador.
parang alayo, di ba? Tatawirin mo yon sa mindset mo. Paano, di ba? Mahirap.
Sa police ba, would you say na kung baga, for the military, meron na siyang level of professionalization. Meron ding attempts naman on the part of the police.
Yes, ma'am. Ano naman, of course, civilian din ng police talaga
Yes.
by nature, ma'am. So, wala nang ganong mindset na, okay, there's this supremacy thing happening in their minds. Kasi they assume na pwede lang arrestuin lahat. As long as merong arrest. which is one of the biggest statement of Oscar Albayalde na nobody in his right mind would actually arrest Trillanes kung walang warrant. Kasi hindi naman to in flagrante crime na okay, meron siyang shabong hawak na pwede kong hulihin, but there's actually due process that needs to happen. Right now, the police are extra careful with arresting Trillanes. Talagang sinusuyo pa si Senat SP Soto na kailangan pumunta muna para mag-courtesy call bago mismo sunduin si
So,
Senator
merong
Trillanes.
ganong care.
Meron talagang care, ma'am. Kasi marami ng kaso talaga na mali yung pagkaka-aresto, kaya nababasura yung kaso. So, it's the same for this case, especially with this case.
So sayang naman, 'di ba? If we've progressed to that level, tapos aatras lang dahil sa political decisions and political moves. Anyway, mainit yung usapang ito. Nakita niyo naman kung paano na-agitate si Glenda. Patuloy na susundan namin ito. There was so far, it's 4:46. There's been no arrest warrant issued by Judge Andres Soriano. So maybe tomorrow will be another day, and the weekend will be another 2 days. So we'll be watching that, waiting and watching, and the media will be there. Rambo will be there. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig. Sana sa next episode ng Newsbreak Chats, sundan nyo kami. Malamang to next month na, last week of the month. Thank you very much. I'm Chai Hofilenia.